Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nick's Wednesday night quiz. Great to see so many of you already online and raring to go. We've just been, the wife and I have just been sat down watching Question Time. And yes, enough of that. We'll switch that load of rubbish off and we'll spend the next hour or so doing a quiz, which will keep us far more entertained, I'm sure. Oh, the wife doesn't think it is rubbish. Depressing. That's the word she said. Yeah. Now then, tonight, as usual, we have 6 rounds of general trivia. We're going to start off round 1 tonight with, it will be entitled Wednesday the 6th, surprisingly. Round number 2 tonight will be an initial letter link. Round number 3 is 6 of the best, where all the answers are just 6 letters long, pretty straightforward. Round number 4 tonight is entitled the C round, where they're all 2-word answers starting with the letters C and C. Round number 5 is a connections round, which is pretty straightforward. And round number 6 is a general trivia round. So who have we got with us so far tonight? I haven't got any chat up yet. Is anybody chatting there? Come on. Say something and get yourselves logged on as soon as possible. And we can get some chat started. Now then, what has been going on in everybody's lives except the dreaded lockdown? What else have we got to look forward to? Yes, the lockdown has started, and it's been absolutely hopeless so far, hasn't it? Staying in, doing nothing, freezing cold, absolutely freezing. Yesterday, the wife and I went out on our bicycle for a few miles, and I think I got 3 or 4 pairs of everything on yesterday just to try and keep us warm. Oh dear, oh dear. So Sarah's just joined us. Good evening, Sarah and the gang. So I trust Russ and Sarah are raring to go tonight. I expect you've perhaps been out walking or doing something today anyway out in the wide world. What's that? Oh, she says you will have been working. Yes, I forget people are working. Well, I thought we were all locked down. The wife keeps contradicting me all the time with everything I say. So she says I'm not speaking properly. Great. that's what wives are for, making sensible comment when you're online with other people. But never mind. Right. Great to see Andrew and Jane. They've just joined us from sunny Yelvertoft. I hope all is well with you two. Faye's just also joined us. She says, "Hey Nick, Lydia, and all. Happy Hump Day." Well, happy Hump Day to you as well, Faye. Lydia's not with us as yet. I think she's defrosting the car. So she's got a hard frost on her car at the moment, but she will be on her way in a minute. Clive and Janet have just joined us. Hope all is well. So it's Clive and Janet from Stockton. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well with Nick and family here. And Jackie's also just joined us. So good evening, Jackie. And George has just said, hey, Nick. Big thumbs up to George. Nice to see you, George. Hope all is well with you. Keeping fit and raring to go for tonight's quiz. Do remember, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you are subscribed by hitting the little button. And, of course, the number of likes is very important. So don't forget to hit the little like button if you would. Right, Dylan's just joined us. Nice to see you, Dylan. I'm sure you don't want me to call you Dylan C all the time, do you? So Dylan will do. So Happy New Year to Dylan, and George just said Happy New Year to you, Nick. So Happy New Year, George. Mike's just joined us. Good evening, Mike. Hope all is well with you. Are you doing the quiz on your own tonight, or have you got a team of 2 or 3 or even 4, I suspect? I don't know. I'm on my special lockdown special, which is entitled Lest We Forget, just in case I forget what it is. We are now down to our last 2 firkins of Lest We Forget. I checked at the brewery this afternoon because we're expecting a very cold night. I thought we'd better get down to the brewery and drain all the pipework to make sure it doesn't freeze, because that's the last thing we'll need if we go and start trying to brew again and all the pipework's frozen up or split apart as it did in a previous year. But anyway, that's by the by. So, as I say, let me just run over last week's winners or losers or whatever else. Now then, as far as I could make out from last Wednesday's results, the results were as follows. Now, do remember, some might be missing, as PRSs were, strangely, last week in the chat column. I always just go over the previous week's chat column. So in first place last week, we had a tie for first place with Home Alone 6 on a fantastic 62 points, alongside PRS, who were also on 62 points. So congratulations, those two teams. Fantastic result last week. They were hotly pursued by Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals and split the difference, both on 61 points. It must have been far too easy, the quiz last week. And then we had a little gaggle of teams. We had Mick and Bev Roberts, we had Pick and Mix, and we had Jed and Tracy, all on 59 points. I won't go any further down the table because there were hundreds of them, obviously, but very well done to all those teams who were in the top 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Top 7 last Wednesday. Right, who else has just joined us? So John O'Rourke's just joined us. Good evening, John. Hope all is well with you and the family and friends. The Famous Five have just signed in, so great to see the Famous Five raring to do battle. And Carol and the gang have just joined us again. Home Alone 6, last week's joint winners. Home Alone 6, raring to do battle again tonight. Latham House Lockdown has also said, morning. Well, it's morning to you as well, I suppose. It depends where you're calling from. And so good morning to Latham House Lockdown, even if it is now 8 in the evening, but never mind. And Carol's just joined us from our Cornish Tyke, she's saying he's here. So good evening, Carol. Hope all is well and you're keeping fine. Now then, as I'd mentioned earlier, we have 6 rounds tonight of pretty straightforward trivia, hopefully something exciting, and 1 or 2 things you'll learn as we go through the evening. As always, there's always one question that you probably, something you might learn in the evening of quizzing. So first round tonight is entitled Wednesday the 6th, where we use the initial letters of the word Wednesday, then the 0, then the 6, then the T and the H. So there are 13 possible answers to round number 1. Round number 2 is an initial letter link where we take the first letters of each of your answers. And question number 10 asks you to rearrange them to spell out something. Round number 4 tonight, which we've done before, well, we haven't done the round before, but similar, is entitled CC. All 2-word answers starting with the letters C and C. Round number 5 tonight is going to be a connections round, which is pretty straightforward. I ask you 9 general knowledge questions, where question 10 asks you to look for a devious connection between the previous 9 answers. And then, of course, round number 6 is a straightforward trivia trail, or sorry, not a trivia trail, general trivia. 10 general knowledge questions just to see us all off at the end there. So we've just had a team from Uppertoft near Cambridge. The Giffords have just joined us. So good evening to you all. Michelle's also joined us. So good evening from Charlie, Michelle, and what's that? And James, is it? Oh, is he singing in? Is he? Sorry. Oh, so he is. Sorry, Michelle. Wife was just talking to me again. Puts me off a bit, but never mind. Matthew's just said, she just pointed out that PRS are singing in. Don't know what they're singing in. A new choir, I expect, but never mind. So good evening to you, Matthew, and the gang. Hope all is well. Jackie's just said, why don't you ever say that the Booby Prize girls won last week? Well, I could do. That's a good, actually, I'll write that down for you, Jackie, just so I know next week. Booby Prize. I could put it on the chat or on the online when I post the quiz in the first place, he says. Right, what's Jed saying? Hi all, Jed and Tracy signing in with pencils at the ready. And Georgie and Rory, have just joined us. So they're saying hi from the Yorkies. So let's hope for 1 or 2 Yorkie questions tonight. Mick and Bev have just joined us. So good evening, Mick. Good evening, Bev. Hope all is well with you. Yes, I thought it was James there as well. James, Charlie and Michelle are raring to do the quiz from sunny Crick, he says now. And Martin Davis has also just joined us. Evening all, sat watching a frozen TV till my phone indicated you were live. Oh, that's fair enough. The Quizzy Rascals have just joined us. Good evening, Paula. Hope all is well. Raring to do battle tonight. See whether we can get back to number 1 spot. Chris has also just joined us. Good evening, Chris, and Happy New Year to you. He's saying good evening to Nick and Lydia. So as soon as Lydia turns up, I will pass on my kind regards. Anne and Dave have just joined us, and they say I'm now self-isolating for the next 6 days. Oh dear, it gets worse, doesn't it? It's an awful situation to be in, all this self-isolating. Not that it really makes much difference, because we've all been told to stay at home anyway, really. So other than going down and doing the odd bit of shopping, there's not a lot else we can do, with the exception, of course, of our one-day exercise. So we make sure we go out for a good hour or so on the bike, to make sure we just do it once and whatever else. So Faye's saying, what's she on tonight? Prosecco and Portal Bay bacon and maple popcorn tonight. That sounds very interesting. Jackie's saying, thank you. Penny's saying, hello, Nick, Lydia, and Angie, and all of you. So good evening, Penny. I'm sure you're keeping well from sunny Essex. Yes. As are and Dave, of course, also from sunny Essex, and they're on to self-isolate by the sound of things, which is such a shame. Clive's just joined us. So good evening, Clive. Raring to do battle. I hear the door handle clinking or clunking, as I might say. So my daughter Lydia has just turned up, and we'll give her a few minutes to get herself seated and raring to go with the quiz. I've already emailed it across to her, so I'm sure it won't take her more than a minute to flash it all up. Now then, what other beers and the likes is everybody on tonight? As I mentioned, I'm on the hard stuff tonight. It's very straightforward. 3.8%. A light beer from the Atomic Brewery in Rugby, and Penny's just saying it was sunny and warmish today. Dear God, it was freezing here, but never mind. Yeah, I suppose it was all right in the sun. Paula's just saying, I'm doing dry January and have never regretted a decision so much. Oh dear. Good evening, lads. We all right? Flash the computer up and we'll get going in a minute. Oh, Andrew's on Ghost Ship, a fine ale. Yes, a fine beer, Ghost Ship. Adnam's best. Well, it is a good beer, Adnam's Ghost Ship, but never mind. Right then, let me just run through last week's winners again. Now, most of the teams have logged on. As I previously mentioned, there was a tie for first place last week, and it was a very close call with Home Alone 6 and PRS on a fantastic 62 points. So congratulations to both those teams. We then had Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals and split the difference, sharing the second place spot on 61 points each. Well, again, a fantastic scores. And then we had Mick, Roberts and Bev, we had Pick and Mix, and we had Jed and Tracy, all on 59 points, so very close behind. Obviously, then there were a lot of other teams also in the 50s, but too many to mention, but never mind. Jed and whatever they said, he's on Speckled Hen tonight. Well, that's excellent. Well, as we go into the new year, this is the second quiz of the year, obviously, after Sunday. I hope everybody's not too depressed with the dreadful news of the lockdown and whatever else. And certainly this new strain seems to be going a bit burlesque at the moment. So the best thing we can do is sit tight and just do a few more quizzes, as he says now. So with a couple of minutes to go, let me just run through those rounds quickly again. Do remember to give me a like if you do like the quizzes in any way, shape or form. A little like button always helps with my rankings on Google and wherever else. And do feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is somewhere else on the subscribe button somewhere. I don't get the same screen as you do, but never mind. So Jed's just saying he's on Speckled Hen. Martin's saying he's on Spitfire Gold. Excellent find. £1 a bottle in Asda, sorry. Combined site test and shopping on Tuesday. Well, Martin, the cheapest beer I have found to date was Banks's Bitter bottled, which was 500 centilitre bottles from Aldi's at 79 pence, which I thought was a cracking price. So that works out at £1.50 a litre or some 79. What's that? £1.58 a litre, which you can't go wrong. Unfortunately, I tried it and it is pretty awful, which is probably why it's only 79 pence a litre, so to speak. Right, with a minute to go, let me just quickly run through those rounds again. We start tonight. The first round is entitled Wednesday the 6th. Round number 2 is an initial letter link. Round number 3 is called 6 of the Best, where all the answers are just 6 letters long. Round number 4 is entitled the CC round, all 2-word answers, starting with the letters C and C. Then we have a connections round, which is pretty straightforward. Finally, we will have a round on general trivia, just to keep us all going. Latham asked, like, what's this? Paracetamol and Shiraz. Tooth out last week. Oh, don't talk to me about teeth. Oh, dear. Clive and Janet from Stockton. Paracetamol and Shiraz. That sounds about the right mixture. Tooth out last week. I should have had mine out. It's still giving me bother nearly 2 weeks on, but never mind. We will see. Latham House lockdown. Day one of couch to 5K. Want to die? Dear, oh dear. Clive and Janet from Stockton. Is a fairy tale a beer made from ferret? Chris Mead says he's on the Oakham Citra. Oh, and Ian's just joined us. Good evening, Ian. Hope all is well with you. Evening, Happy New Year in isolation for 3 more days, but I think being passed on to Asda, not being else. All right, okay. Right then, everybody, are we raring to go? It is now, we're a minute late actually, so without further ado, I'll get the quiz up on the screen. Lids, are you raring to go? Just about, she says, just about. She hasn't checked any of my questions. Oh dear. That means we're bound to have some big mistakes in the first few rounds. I'm sure she'll be shouting at me during the quiz. So here we go then. Question 1, starting with the letter W. The letter W, as in Wednesday. Question number 1, what is a fabrication process that joins materials, usually metals or thermoplastics, by using high heat to melt the parts together? So I'm sure that's pretty straightforward. So what is a fabrication process that joins materials, usually metals or thermoplastics, by using high heat to melt the parts together? Right, Lid's on the case. Yes, she has. Well done, Lids. Question number 2, starting with the letter E. Which dame is a character created and performed by Australian comedian Barry Humphries? So which dame is a character created and performed by Australian comedian Barry Humphries? 2-word answer, starting with the letter E. Question number 3, just to keep all our Welsh friends happy. Who was a Welsh poet and writer whose works include the poems Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night and Death Shall Have No Dominion? So question 3 again. Who was a Welsh poet and writer whose works include the poems Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night and Death Shall Have No Dominion? Everybody remembering, of course, that starts with the letter D. Question number 4, starting with the letter N, as in Wednesday. N. What name is given to a type of doctor that specialises in diseases and conditions that affect the kidneys? So what name is given to a type of doctor that specialises in diseases and conditions that affect the kidneys? Right, anybody got any good jokes tonight? Do feel free. Do feel free to add a good joke at any time. Question number 5. In the September of 2020, Diana Rigg died at the age of 82. What was her character name in the 1960s TV show The Avengers? I was only watching one of these the other day on BritBox. They're still good, you know. So in the September of 2020, Diana Rigg died at the age of 82. What was her character name in the 1960s TV show The Avengers? That's a 2-word answer, starting with the letter E. E for Eric. Question number 6, starting with the letter S. According to the old proverb, every cloud has what type of lining? So question 6 again. According to the old proverb, every cloud has what type of lining? Question number 7, starting with the letter D. Who did Boris Johnson refuse to sack on May the 24th, saying he had acted responsibly, legally, and with integrity? Sounds like the thing Boris would say, isn't it, really? So who did Boris Johnson refuse to sack on May the 24th, this is of last year, saying he had acted responsibly, legally, and with integrity? That's not how a lot of the public saw it, I have to say, but never mind. Odious little worm doesn't begin with D. That little odious worm did, though, Robin. But never mind. Right then, question number 8. Listen carefully, starting with the letter A, which gives it away, even if you've never heard the question before. According to Monty Python's Philosopher's Song lyrics, which ancient Greek was apparently a bugger for the bottle? Kind of rhymes, so it's not too hard. So according to Monty Python's Philosopher's Song lyrics, which ancient Greek was apparently a bugger for the bottle? Do you remember that starts with the letter A? I've still got that album on CD. That's a bit sad, really, isn't it? But never mind. What's that? I can play it in the background, yes. Question number 9, starting with the letter Y. On the 12th of February 1920, King George V awarded the Military Cross to which Belgium city? One of only 2 awards made to a municipality during World War I. Municipality, I know I've got the cursor in the wrong place. So on the 12th of February 1920, King George V awarded the Military Cross to which Belgium city? One of only 2 awards made to a municipality due to World War I. What's Martin put? Has anyone tried the beer they named after the man of integrity's destination? I don't know. Question number 10 is for all you mathematicians out there. What is 0.333 divided by 0.5? And I want you to give your answer as a decimal, of course. So for all you mathematicians out there, what is 0.333 divided by 0.5? Giving your answer as a decimal. Question number 11, starting with the number 6. What historic US route was dubbed the Mother Road by novelist John Steinbeck? I'm sure if you haven't heard that, you can have a good guess at it. So what historic US route was dubbed the Mother Road by novelist John Steinbeck? Question number 12. Colin Ball is the real name of which Only Fools and Horses character? So question 12 again. Colin Ball is the real name of which Only Fools and Horses character? I think I've worded that right to avoid confusion. It's very easy with my quizzes. And finally, question number 13, when I couldn't get any easier than any of those. What is the only American state that has a name that ends in 3 vowels? So what is the only American state that has a name that ends in 3 vowels? And just to make it easier, you know that's got to start with the letter H, as in Honduras, for instance. Right, it appears we've got 57 concurrent people taking part in the quiz at the moment from various parts of the country, I may hasten to add. Do tell your friends and colleagues, anybody else that wants to take part in a quiz on a Wednesday or a Sunday evening, even, so to speak. It's keeping me sane, writing a few questions. It's been dreadful recently. Right then, everybody, I don't think we necessarily need a lot of time to think over those, do we? We should have an answer for most, I'm sure. So let's do some marking straight away and see where we've all fared after round number 1. So question number 1, that fabrication process is known as welding, of course. Number 2, I was after Dame Edna Everage. Dame Edna Everage. Number 3, I was after that poet Dylan Thomas. Number 4 is a nephrologist. A nephrologist is a type of doctor that specialises in diseases of kidneys. Number 5, Diana Rigg played Emma Peel. Number 6, according to the old proverb, every cloud has a silver lining. Number 7, of course, was that Dominic Cummings. Dominic Cummings, who's particularly well portrayed on Spitting Image, if you've seen the series. Number 8, of course, a bugger for the bottle. It was Aristotle who was a bugger for the bottle. Number 9, I was after Ypres or Ypres, however you want to say it, that Belgian city. Number 10, if you divide 0.333 by 0.5, you get 0.666, surprisingly. Number 11, I was after Route 66. Number 12, Colin Ball, of course, his character name was Trigger. And finally, number 13 is the state of Hawaii. Hawaii. So well done if you got those. Right, then let's have some scores in. See how I've done after just round number 1 and see how we're all faring, so to speak. Right, who's up first? Let's get some scores in on those doors. Scores on the doors, please. Right, we have Latham House Lockdown with 13. Martin Davis with 13. Clive Janet with Stockton, 13. Carol Green with 13. Mick Roberts with 13. Famous Fiver on 13. Wait a minute. Everybody's on 13. Dylan, you've done very well. You're on 11. Ian Miller's on 11. The Booby Price Girls are on 11. Penny Graham's on 11. The Yorkies are on 11. Anne Anderson's on 12. And everybody else is on 13 at the moment. That's split the difference. Alex Brown, well done. Paula Lewis, Michelle Gibbons, Andrew Lewis, PRS. Sarah and our friends from Worcester on 13, Home Loan 6 on 13, Jen Tracy, the Giffords, Mike Yates, the Famous 5, Nick Roberts. Blimey, there's some great scores there. So well done, everybody. Well done indeed. Well done indeed. Yeah, there were a couple there possibly that were a little tricky, but no, that's a great start to the quiz. So well done, everybody, in round number 1. Right then, round number 2 is an initial letter link. You need to write down the first letter of each of your answers. Clive Shaw says he's doing dry January. He's doing dry gin and brut champagne. That's fair enough, he says namely. Right then, here we go. Round number 2. Do remember this is an initial letter link, so if you don't know the first answer, for instance, you can come back to it later. So question number 1, published in 2009, The Prostrate Years was the subtitle of the final book in a series centered around which character? I probably should have given a bit more info on that one, but never mind. So question number 1 again, published in 2009, The Prostrate Years was the subtitle of the final book in a series centered around which character? Where's my screen gone? I've lost my screen. So right, I'm back. I'm looking at myself again. Question number 2. What archaic word for a hedgehog is now used to refer to a mischievous child, especially one who is dirty and poorly dressed? Well, it was probably more used in Victorian times than it is now, I would have thought. So what archaic word for a hedgehog is now used to refer to a mischievous child, especially one who is dirty and poorly dressed? Just a one-word answer I'm after. Question number 3 is a straightforward anagram. Rated worst, which is about right, R-A-T-E-D, W-O-R-S-T, rated worst is an anagram of which famous singer? It's a 2-word answer. Pretty sure you can work that one out. And it'll be easier when Lydia gives you the anagram. There it is. What's that? Oh, my wife said she got it within a second. Clearly wasn't hard enough. I know I should have gone for some American rapper that she'd never heard of. DJ Dizzy Spellbinder or something. That would have been a bit trickier. Question number 4. Now this is a tricky one. Originally meaning pony, what French loanword is used to refer to a type of item that you might straddle in the bathroom in a similar manner as when riding a pony? The girls are tittering. So originally meaning pony, what French loanword is used to refer to a type of item that you might straddle in the bathroom in a similar manner as when riding a pony? Lydia's left the bathroom bit out because I didn't put it in the original question. Well, I'm not sure where else you'd straddle it, but never mind. Not going to be in your kitchen, is it? Sorry. Being a bit rude now. Question number 5. The words avatar, cheetah, mantra, and nirvana all entered English from which other language? It's a good old ancient language, this one. So the words avatar, cheetah, mantra, and nirvana all entered English from which other language? I didn't say this round was going to be particularly easy, did I? But never mind. Do remember there's a good chance to get these a little bit later on when I ask for a connecting word. I'm going to change this next one slightly, Josh. you. Question number 6. We've been giving you the first initial of this one. Which Emily plays Mary Poppins in the 2018 film Mary Poppins Returns? So question 6 again. Which Emily plays Mary Poppins in the 2018 film Mary Poppins Returns? Do include the word Emily, but in your answer. It's all right, the next round's much easier. I'm going to make this one look a bit easier as well. Just listen to it. Right. Question number 7. What is the 2-word rhyming name of both a glazed, twisted, rope-shaped donut and the heroine in the Gilbert and Sullivan opera, The Mikado? Jackie, you've been rude about Faye now. Quite scary what Faye apparently straddles in her bathroom. Oh dear, oh dear. So question 7 again. What is the 2-word rhyming name of both the glazed, twisted, rope-shaped donut and the heroine in the Gilbert and Sullivan opera, The Mikado? So it's just a beginning, challenge. What is the 2-word rhyming name? Question number 8 for all you fans of this, something we've been going through all the series for a second time. What is the surname of the title character in the BBC TV series Luther? It's not a catch question. So what is the surname of the title character in the BBC TV series Luther? Surname of the title character. Well, that's why it's not a catch question. The answer's in the question to that one. It's all right, the wife's asking. Question number 9. Sure, we had a similar question to this not long ago. A 2017 survey for National Express saw a street called the Shambles voted Britain's prettiest street. In which city would you find it? So apparently a 2017 survey for National Express saw a street called the Shambles voted Britain's prettiest street. But in which city would you find it? Now listen carefully to question number 10 because it'll help you fill in all those blanks from the previous 9 answers. The first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which English county town, which was close to where the great train robbery took place in 1963 and was where those responsible were tried and sentenced. So the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which English county town, which was close to where the great train robbery took place in 1963 and was where those responsible were tried and sentenced. Right then, I will give you a minute to try and sort a few of those out. Might have to try and work backwards, cross a few letters out. As that was not the easiest round in the world, but never mind. You all scored 13 on the first round, so what the hell? No, you didn't. No, that's not fair. Right then, do remember we'll be doing a quiz on Sunday night, same time, 8 for 8:15. Start. Sunday night quizzes are quite popular, so make sure you're logged on and raring to go. At least this Wednesday we didn't have the grandchildren. It's the first time for a while, and it's probably going to be the first time for a while that we won't see them. But it hasn't worn us out today as it normally does. So we're feeling more refreshed and not quite as tired as we would normally be. Now then, does anybody know how the football's going at the moment? Not that I want to know, but you might as well tell me if there's any goals anyway. Oh, it's the chaser. What am I doing there? Okay then, everybody. Do we need a bit more time? Do feel free. Oh, Ian's just saying nil now. Do feel free, by the way, to ask for a bit more time if you need it. If not, we'll get on and do some marking after round 2. Do remember, if you've got an initial letter missing, just try and have a guess at the answer. If you, yeah, Martin's asked for a bit more time. Okay, I'll give you another minute. There's no problem there, he says, knowingly. Yes, the figures are getting really desperate now on COVID. Seems to have just exploded all of a sudden after Christmas. So I presume a lot of you are now working at home again. I know my son's been furloughed for is it a second or a third time Luke's been furloughed? Yeah, I think it's the second time he's gone back on furlough. Did you get your new laptop? Oh, Clive and Janet's asking for a bit more time. What's that? My daughter Lydia got a new laptop today for work, apparently. Ian's just saying he's got the football on his iPad. The wife's got the Coronation Street on. Matthew's saying, I'm still in work. One room policy now. See you. Ian's saying, you on iPad. Oh dear. It is all a bit desperate, I have to say. Never mind. Let's hope the figures start turning around very soon after this lockdown, because they're going in the wrong direction at the moment. If not, let's hope we can all get that vaccine pretty quickly. Of course, I'm going to be in the last category to get it, being in that very youthful category, and we probably won't get it, will we, Ange, for ages. No, Chris is saying he's not stopped working. Ah, well. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking after that round then. I think we've probably had long enough on that. So, question number 1, published in 2009, The Prostrate Years was the subtitle of the final book in the series, centered around Adrian Mole. I should really have put something in there about the author, actually. Put something in there for next time. Yeah, right, okay. Question number 2. The archaic word for hedgehog Also, for a dirty and poorly dressed boy or child is an urchin, an urchin. Number 3, rated worst is an anagram of Rod Stewart, originally meaning pony, the French word or loan word used to refer to a type of item that you might straddle in your bathroom. That's a bidet, a bidet. Number 5, of course, the words avatar, cheetah, mantra, and nirvana all come from Sanskrit. Well done if you got that. Number 6, that Emily I was after was Emily Blunt. Number 7, I was after Yum Yum, the heroine in the Gilbert and Sullivan opera The Mikado. Number 8, the surname of the title character in Luther was in fact Luther, of course, his first name being John. It was John Luther I was after. Number 9, that city I was after was York. And of course, if you took the first letters, the first words in the previous 9 answers, rearranged them, you ended up with the county town of Aylesbury. Aylesbury, well done for you that, as in the Ducks. So, as in the Ducks. So, well done, everybody. If you got anywhere near 4 points in that round, you've done very well. And even if you've just got a few right, you've done pretty well. So, let's have some scores in. Do remember to put your total scores in, and we'll see how you fared. Top scores have got to be 23s, I suppose. Clive Janet Stadium with the 23. Andrew Lewis with the 73. The famous 5 with the 23. Split the difference 23. Martin Davis saying, oh dear, with a 19. He's let his friend down. The Lewises get 4 points ahead. Oh dear. Sarah and the gang, Sarah and Russ, James and Joe are on 22. Michelle's on 21. We've got Dylan doing very well that round, 20 points. PRS are on 23. The Giffords have moved on to 22. Got Ian Miller on 16. Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies on 17.5 points. We've got Meg Roberts on 23. Jen and Tracer on 21. We've got Carol Green's moved on to 18. And Anderson on 21. Home Alone 6. There or thereabouts, 23 points. Paula Lewis and the Quiz Rascals on 23 points. Penny is saying, oh dear, on 16. Never mind, Penny. Keep the quizzing going. Alex Brown's on 19 points. So there's some great scores there. Mike Yates is on 19, as well as Alex Brown also on 19. So well done, guys. Well, I thought that was quite a tough round, but never mind. You've kind of worked it out, most of you. So round number 3 is a little bit easier, a little bit less testing. It's 6 of the best, where all the answers, I think, have got 6 letters in the answer. Oh, God, I better count all these. I can see it going wrong. Well, I'll tell you as we go through. There any of them are 7 letters long, but all the answers are just 6 letters long. What could be easier than that? Unless I was using the wrong alphabet, of course, I suppose. Oh, Latham House Lockdown on a fantastic 21 points. You said which Emily. I did say which Emily, but I did say remember to put Emily in the title. Well, never mind. You didn't give yourself another. Booby Prize Girls are on 20. Yeah, I didn't say it very well, but never mind. I was trying to give the answer away. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. Listen carefully. All answers 6 letters long. If all measurable islands are included, which country's coastline has been measured at 243,797 kilometers long? Give yourself another point, Latham House Lockdown. I did say you put Emily in front of it, but never mind. So question 1 again. If all measurable islands are included, which country's coastline has been measured at 243,797 kilometers long? I'd probably stretch about 4 times around the world. Good God. Question number 2. Again, a 6-letter answer. The pop groups Ace of Base and the Cardigans both hail from which Scandinavian country? So the pop groups Ace of Base and the Cardigans both hail from which Scandinavian country? Question number 3. Situated within the historical region of Media, what is the capital city of the Middle Eastern country of Iran? place I've been to on more than one occasion. Not that I want to stay there now, but never mind. Question 3. Situated within the historical region of Media, what is the capital city of the Middle Eastern country of Iran? Question number 4, another country I'm after. What will become the first country in the world to host or co-host the FIFA World Cup for a 3rd time? So question 4 again, what will become the first country in the world to host or co-host the FIFA World Cup for a 3rd time? That's if we get past this COVID problem. Question number 5. In ancient Egyptian mythology, who was regarded as the god of embalming, who also watched over the dead? Just a 6-letter answer. So in ancient Egyptian mythology, who was regarded as the god of embalming, who also watched over the dead? Do you remember all these answers are just 6 letters long, so pretty straightforward. Question number 6, you won't go far wrong with this one. In which Shakespearean play would you find the character Ophelia, a young noblewoman of Denmark and daughter of Polonius? But it can't be The Taming of the Shrew, can it? 6 letters long, remember. So in which Shakespeare play would you find the character Ophelia, a young noblewoman of Denmark and daughter of Polonius? Oh, I can hear the heating. The heating's kicked in. Question number 7. Designed by Sir Norman Foster, in which European country would you find the world's highest road bridge? So question 7 again, designed by Sir Norman Foster, in which European country would you find the world's highest road bridge? I presume that means above the ground rather than in elevation from the centre of the earth or something silly. It's better. So has anybody been up to anything exciting today? The wife had me doing loads of jobs today. Sticking things in the attic, putting towels away, getting all the plants down for the watering, putting all the plants back up again. It's like a Herculean task in our house. What else did you have me doing, my darling? She was keeping me busy anyway, while I was trying to concentrate on the quiz, of course. Question number 8, derived from the Latin word natrium. What is a soft, silvery white, highly reactive metal first isolated by Sir Humphrey Davy in 1807? Robin's book. I took delivery of a parcel, the most exciting thing for weeks. Oh, God, no. Faye said, my son has dislocated his knee for the 5th time, so I've been waiting on him. No. Martin's just said, doesn't your butler usually do that? I am the butler, Martin. God blimey. So then, Faye, your son, I presume he must have done this. It's not easy to dislocate a knee. How did he do that? Playing football or rugby or something? Unfortunately, once you've done it once, it is very difficult for them to overcome that. Oh, look at that. You see, Carol, she walked 5 miles along our beautiful Cornish coast in marvellous weather. Cool, blimey, we should all be down there, shouldn't we? Come on, Carol, we're coming to join you. We're all coming walking down Cornwall tomorrow. It's a bit cold here today, to be fair. We went out, the wife and I said we went out and did 20-odd miles, 25 miles yesterday. Something like that on our bike yesterday, which was enough in the freezing cold. But today we thought better of it because it looked even colder. Right, question number 9. 6 letters, remember. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what type of animals were Clover, Molly, and Boxer? It is a plural. So in George Orwell's Animal Farm, what type of animals were Clover, Molly, and Boxer? Joking aside, my daughter had multiple dislocations with 4 pounds. She is hypermobile. Worth asking the question. And said Manchester scored. That's a lot of help. We'll leave it at that, Ian. Yeah, I've heard of hypermobility. Yes, they're on at the moment, aren't they? Yes, I've heard of hypermobility, but is it a painful condition? Is it something that anything can be done about? I don't know. And finally, question number 10. What is the only sign of the zodiac that contains none of the letters of the word school? Not that the kids want to go back at all. Do you know, I find all this, the BBC always so wait a minute, let me just go through that question again. What is the only sign of the zodiac that contains none of the letters of the word school? Now, when I was a kid at school, I wouldn't be going on the BBC complaining about wanting to go to school and how important it was for my education. In fact, the more days I could have off school, the better. I'm sure most people would agree, but never mind. I hate it when the BBC trudge up all these important students who claim that, oh, we're missing our education. We're not going to be able to get here, there, and everywhere. We won't be able to have good jobs and all that rubbish. What they needed was a good old Nick Pugh. They interviewed me, I would have said, no, I'm glad to be off. Right then, everybody, do remember all your answers tonight have got to be just 6 letters long. 6 letters long. Matthew's just said, I've just cracked open a chocolate orange. Most exciting thing after the quiz and beer. That is the big problem, isn't it, Matthew? Christmas, we all get a few. Wait a minute. The wife's up now. What's she? She's getting the chocolate orange out. You've started it, Matthew. Mind you, I might get a bit. Oh, it's mine, is it? Dear God, not only have I been slave to my wife today, now she's stealing, and there's only 2 bits left, and she's giving one to Lydia. God dagnabbit. Looks like I've got no chocolate orange at all now. Never mind. No, don't worry. What's that? Oh, no. Don't worry. I'll only get it stuck in my tooth. Right then, everybody. Sorry, wife's disturbed my concentration. What's those? Oh, yes, I have one of those. I've still got some chocolates off the tree. Of course, the kids can't come anymore, the grandchildren. So I've got a dangling Cadbury's decoration. That looks good fun. I'll eat that in a minute while I'm asking the questions. Right then, everybody. What's that? Yeah, just think of your waistline. Yes, you think of your waistline. Now, what's fluent? Wait a minute. He's also autistic and doesn't have fluent language or communication. It's hard to get. That is tough. That is tough, RFA. Right then, everybody, let's just go through some answers and see how we've done in this round then. Do remember all six word answers. Here we go then. All the measurable islands are included. Which country's coastline apparently measures 243,000 kilometres long? That's Canada. Well done if you got that. Number 2, Ace of Base and the Cardigans both hail from Sweden. Number 3, of course, the capital city of the country of Iran is Tehran. Number 4 was Mexico. Will be the first country is going to co-host the World Cup with the United States and Canada, apparently. So it will have had the World Cup for the 3rd time. Number 5 was Anubis, the god of embalming even. Number 6, that Shakespeare play, was Hamlet. Number 7, I was after France, of course, the European country, the world's highest road bridge, the Millau Bridge. The bridge in the clouds, as it's known. Number 8, natrium, of course, is another word for that reactive metal sodium. Number 9, in George Orwell's Animal Farm, Clover, Molly and Box were all horses. And finally, number 10, of course, the only sign of the zodiac that contains none of the letters of the word school is Gemini. So well done if you got that. Matthew's just saying, lots of leftover from Christmas, salted or roasted nuts. Why do we always buy loads of salted peanuts and cashew nuts for Christmas? Well, we do. We love them, don't we? I've eaten all the Christmas ones. Oh, Angie's blaming me for buying more now. Right, so here we go then. Martin Davis, well done, Martin. Our Welsh Wizard was on a fantastic 27 points. Carol Green's also on 27 points. We've got PRS 33 points. Mick Roberts now moved on to 32. We've got Sarah and our friends from Worcester on 32. We've got Home Alone 6 from Crick on 33. We've got Jen Tracy on 31. We've got the Giffords on 31 points. The Famous Five have moved on to 33 points. We've got Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies on 26.5 points. Ian Miller's moved on to 18. Not really taking this very seriously, are we? No, that's not fair. Michelle's on 30. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 31. The Quizzy Rascals have moved on to 33. We've got Andrew Lewis on 30. Dylan's now moved on to 29. We've got Penny Graham on 24. Alex Brown's on 29. We've got Latham House Lockdown also on 29 points. The Booby Prize Girls are very close to 28 points, not far behind. We've got Leslie Barrett on 28 points. Well played, Leslie. Split the Difference are also on 33 points. There's some great scores in there tonight, everybody. So well done. If you're anywhere near of that 33 top points tally. Right, round number 4. I made all this up myself a little bit earlier. This was one that did take a bit of time. This is called a CC round, where all the answers are 2-word answers, starting with the letters C and C. And I'm sure I had one the other week because I put Calvin Klein down before, didn't I? Something. Anyway, that's by the by, to give you an idea. Right, question number 1, dead easy to get you going. What was founded in 1907 and represents nearly 1 million tourers? It has over 900 staff and an annual turnover of over £100 million. So question 1 again. What was founded in 1907 and represents nearly 1 million tourers? It has over 900 staff and an annual turnover of over £100 million. 2-word answer starting C and C. I'm going to make sure this chocolate isn't one of last year's chocolates. Oh no, definitely this year's style. It's got a bear on there, some kind of teddy bear. But that'll go down with all the beer. You shouldn't have mentioned chocolate, Matthew. Amongst all the quizzes, if everybody's had a bit of chocolate, that's about 2,000 calories that's just gone down in the last 5 minutes. Question number 2. What is the English translation of the Latin phrase Caesius praetens? It's a Latin motto included by the Royal Mint on 50p coins commemorating 30 years of Wallace and Gromit? That's a tricky one. So what is the English translation of Cassius Praetens, the Latin motto even, included by the Royal Mint on 50p coins commemorating 30 years of Wallace and Gromit? And very good 50p's they were. Two-word answer, starting C and C. I will give you half a point if you can get one of the words. Okay, we'll guess anyway. Question number 3. We've had this before, but in a different format. Born on April the 16th, 1889. Who was sent to a workhouse twice before the age of 9? In 1975 New Year's honours, he was appointed a Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Oh, I think I've got the word yet in front of that there. You already done that? No, it's all right. I was going to put the word yet in front. Listen carefully. Born on April the 16th, 1889, who was sent to a workhouse twice before the age of 9. Yet, in the 1975 New Year's Honours list, he was appointed a Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Do you remember? Two-word answers starting C and C, which makes that a little bit easier. Question number 4. In common usage in email messaging, what do the letters CC stand for? So question 4 again. In common usage in email messaging, what do the letters CC stand for? Question number 5. You need to look at this when Lydia's written it. You might know it straight away. You might be able to work it out. Question number 5. What was the name of the land built as a city in the sky by the birds in Aristophanes' comedy, The Birds? It has come to mean a state of being absurdly over-optimistic. So what was the name of the land built as a city in the sky by the birds in Aristophanes' comedy, The Birds? It has come to mean a state of being absurdly over-optimistic. Look at it as it's written. Might help you, might not too. Oh, it's one for the Giffords, this one. Giveaway. Question number 6. The grasshopper clock is a large structural clock at street level on the outside of the Taylor Library at which Cambridge University College? So question 6 again. The grasshopper clock is a large sculptural clock at street level on the outside of the Taylor Library at which Cambridge University College? Question number 7, more of a foodie question, this one. What is the English translation of the French fromage de chou-fleur? I think that's how it's pronounced. So what is the English translation of the French fromage de chou-fleur? Remember, it's a two-word answer starting C and C. Oh, cross the word him out there. It's in the next one, number 8. That is not the right French. Well spotted, Sarah. Well spotted. Do you know, I was hopeless at French at school. So it's probably good reason, but never mind. If you understand the question, then you probably got the answer right. So don't bother telling me. You can write the correct French down if you like in the if you're good. Well, you are good at French, obviously. Do you want to write the correct version down for me, and then everybody else can see it? Obviously not. Go on, Sarah. Write the correct French down. Hopeless at French. Your English ain't that brilliant. Robin, you're quite right. I was poor at English, poor at French. I wasn't much good at anything, but never mind. Science, better at science, a little bit, not much. Ah, gratin de chou-fleur. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. I'll allow that. That sounds about right. Right then, question number 8. Now I've got that from a cookery book, so surely I hadn't got it wrong, but never mind. Right, here we go then. Question number 8. Who was arrested on the island of Hispaniola in the August of 1500 and brought back to Spain in chains? What do you mean he can't sing? Jackie, you're being very rude now. Is this a go at Nick? He can't do French. He can't sing. Actually, he can't do it. He's blind, deaf and mad. I live under sufferance all the time. You can see the big hole in the top of my head where the wife's got me doing things all the time. The only respite I ever get is drinking beer, and I drink too much of that. Never mind. Question number 9. Listen carefully. What phrase derives its name from a slightly dodgy motoring manoeuvre which we all do on a regular basis? Of course, unless your name's Sarah, in which case she probably does it properly all the time, I suppose. Sorry, Sarah. So what phrase derives its name from a slightly dodgy motoring manoeuvre which we all do on a regular basis? Or do we? Two-word answer starting C and C. Gratin de chou-fleur. Just I don't. Ah, you do a lot of walking though, don't you, Robin? Oh, so does Sarah. Yes, okay. Question number 10. Listen carefully. This is not really for the Yorkies, but never mind. This is probably for my generation. A character in an American animated sitcom produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions, who is an enthusiastic pink cat with a white turtleneck, who is a devoted gang member and close friend of Top Cat. Two-word answer starting with C and C. So who is a character in an American animated sitcom produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions, who is an enthusiastic pink cat with a white turtleneck, who is a devoted gang member and close friend of Top Cat? It's Hanna-Barbera. That's right, Hanna-Barbera. What? It's not Hanna-Barbera. No, it's not. Is it Hanna-Barbera or Hanna-Barbera? People have put the answers and it will be spelt the same. Oh dear. Right, that was the CC round. That was a close call, wasn't it? Oh, a close call. Yeah, as I said, Barbera, you see, he's put it down. You can't tell when somebody puts it down phonetically. Never mind. Okay then, everybody, we've had a bit of a laugh in that round. Especially with people correcting my pronunciation of my French, which isn't hard, I have to say, but never mind. Yes, captivating comments. That's what we like to see, Martin, isn't it? Okay then, everybody, I probably think we've had enough time on that round. I don't suppose we need a lot of time to work all those out. So we'll start off the round, CC round, what was founded in 1907 and represents nearly 1 million tourists. And it was the Caravan Club. Clive's book, curb crawling is spelt with a K. Well, I'm sure you might have done quite a lot of that, Clive. Oh dear. Question number 2. This was a tricky one. Caesius praetens is the Latin motto even. It's included on 50p coins, and it means cracking cheese. Cracking cheese. Well done if you got the word cheese. I'll give you half a point for that. If you got cracking cheese, well, very well done, because I don't think I would have got that. Question number 3, of course, was Charlie Chaplin, who was twice in the workhouse, but ended up being knighted in 1975. Number 4, of course, was carbon copy. Number 5, now that was an interesting one. I looked the word up and then worked backwards. And apparently the word cloud cuckoo, as in cloud cuckoo land, was basically the city built in the sky by the birds in Aristophanes' play The Birds. So cloud cuckoo was what I was after. Number 6, the University of Cambridge I was after. The college was Corpus Christi, or the body of Christ. Number 7, which I'd obviously put wrong, fromage de chauffeur, which should have been, what was it, gratin de chauffeur, was cauliflower cheese. Number 8, of course, was Christopher Columbus, who was arrested for being a merciless person in Hispaniola, and they brought him back in chains, only to be pardoned by the king. That was Christopher Columbus. Number 9, of course, that slightly dodgery motoring manoeuvre is to cut corners, And finally, of course, I was after that cat, Choo-Choo the cat. So worried. Yes, well done, Robin. I thought it was Barbera. Yes, that's right. Captivating. So well done if we got all those, because yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting round. That, never mind. Especially Cloud Cuckoo Land. I thought that was quite interesting, that one. Right, we got Martin Davis. Fantastic score, 34.5. Well done, Martin. Home Alone 6 now on 42 points. Well done, Carol and the gang. Georgie Lambert and the Yorkers are on 34. We've got Carol Green on 35. Jen Tracy are on 40. PRS are on 42. We've got Alex Brown on 38. We've got Graham Gifford on 39. Ian Miller's on 26. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 42. And the Quizzy Rascals on 42 twice. Split Difference are on 43, however. That's very clever. Sarah's on 40. We've got the Famous 5 on 42.5. Mick Roberts is on 41. We've got Latham House Lockdown on 36. Anne Anderson's on 36. Andrew Lewis is on 37.5. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 40. We've got Penny Graham on 30. We've got Mick Yates on 35. Dylan's doing ever so well on 36. We own Clive and Janet from Stockton on 38. Whilst the Booby Prize girls are on a fantastic 35 points. Well played, girls. Right then, next round then. Round number 5 is a connections round. And connections round. 9 general knowledge questions, where question number 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. So, are we all raring to go? No, maybe not. Here we go then. Question number 1. I'm sure we've all heard this before. Known by the Romans as Aqua Sulis. In which city would you find Britain's only natural thermal spa? Can't be right, but maybe it is. So, known by the Romans as Aqua Sulis. In which city would you find Britain's only natural thermal spa? Although when me and the wife went only a year ago, They were trying to charge 20 odd quid to get in there or something. Just to have a look at these old Roman ruins, for heaven's sake. Couldn't even dip your toe in. Yeah, I think it was only a 10-minute guided tour or something. It seemed to be extortionate to me, but never mind. Question number 2. This is for Martin Davis. What name is given to the electrode from which a conventional current leaves a polarized electrical device? So question number 2, what name is given to the electrode from which a conventional current leaves a polarized electrical device? Bit of a wordy way of saying the word, but never mind. What's Paul said? Paul did anyway. What, stuck his foot in? I bet he did. Oh dear. Surprised he didn't go for a quick swim while it's about it. They could charge an awful lot more, couldn't they? Little segregated area, you know. Think of all those. Question number 3, listen carefully, it's a 2-word answer I'm after. Together with Michael Jackson, who co-wrote the 1985 charity single, We Are the World, by USA for Africa. He also sang its opening line. Yes, I ran away quick. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, there had some big bouncers on the door when we were around there. All dressed in smart suits. Were we in lockdown then? We must have been. No, we weren't. We just come out of the first lockdown. Yeah, that's right. Question number 4. In the field of horse racing, if that's the right word, what is the most southerly racecourse in the United Kingdom? And I presume that's professional racehorse rather than any old racehorse. So racecourse, sorry, not racehorse. So in the field of horse racing even, what is the most southerly racecourse in the United Kingdom? And as I said, I don't mean amateur race courses, such as those on the Isles of Scilly or whatever. Because that would just be silly, wouldn't it? It's well known and it's a 2-word answer. Do remember this is a connections round, so if you can work out a connection between these, you're doing quite well. Question number 5, originally classified as a pest in England. What is a small passerine bird? The male of the species has a short, thick black bill, and face and underparts are a vivid, bright pink colour. They're a lovely bird if you see them. Pretty rare now, but you can see them all the same. So question number 5, originally classified as a pest in England. What is a small passerine bird? The male of the species has a short, thick black bill, and face and underparts are a vivid, bright pink colour. I'm quite wordy there, right, but never mind. Now, do remember we have a quiz on Sunday nights as well, just in case you want to come and join us on Sunday night. For anybody that fancies doing that, do feel free to give me a thumbs up. I've got 17 likes so far tonight. Well, there's 56 of you watching, so it only needs another 39 of you to give me a thumbs up, and then we're about right. So do feel free to just click the screen and give me a little thumbs up if you like tonight's quiz. If you don't, of course, you can always give me the thumbs down. And do feel free to join my YouTube channel or subscribe to it, which is Pewee1957 at any time, by the way. Right then, where have we got to? Question number 6, of course. Also the name of a shipping forecast area. What is the name of the world's largest wind farm situated in the North Sea? Two-word answer. So also the name of a shipping forecast area. What is the name of the world's largest wind farm situated in the North Sea? It's a two-word answer. And it's getting even bigger as we speak. It'll have a combined output bigger than Drax power station. I don't have a thumbs up icon on my phone. Never mind, Jackie. It's the thought that counts, that's all. Don't worry about it. You sure? Are you doing the quiz on your phone? You're doing very well if you're doing the quiz on your phone. Do you? Good God. I hope you've got it in landscape mode. I must appear very small on the phone. Russ's arse. What's that? A wind farm? Oh dear, oh dear. That's the wife. That's exactly what my wife says to me sometimes. Although sometimes it's the other way around, but let's not get there. Right then, question number 7. Oh, we knew there was going to be a football question somewhere. With the motto, Floretta Salopia, which English League One football team play their home matches at Gay Meadow before moving to New Meadow in 2007? That was played, of course. Sorry, I got that wrong, didn't I? So question number 7, with the motto, Floretta Salopia, which English League One football team played their home matches at Gay Meadow before moving to New Meadow in 2007. Come on, Sarah, not far from you lot. Well, maybe it is. Oh dear, Manchester scored again. I'll be watching this later. Question number 8, completed in 1998. Who designed the Angel of the North, a steel sculpture 20 meters tall with wings measuring 54 meters across? So question 8 again, completed in 1998. Who designed the Angel of the North? A steel sculpture 20 meters tall with wings measuring 54 meters across. Georgia's saying I live 5 miles away from the Angel of the North. Do you know, Georgia, I've never seen the Angel of the North. It's only because I've never been up that road. That's the only reason. Wow. Question number 9. What is the name of the company that was awarded the franchise to operate the UK National Lottery when it was launched in 1994? So question 9 again. What is the name of the company that was awarded the franchise to operate the UK National Lottery when it was launched in 1994? And finally, of course, what is the connection between the previous 9 answers? So have a good look at all your previous 9 answers. What is the connection between the previous 9 answers? Right, I shall just top up my glass. Nothing about it. Well, I'm still drinking from my 2005 Cambridge Beer Festival glass. I forgot to collect my 2020 Cambridge Beer Festival glass. Well, that's probably because there wasn't one in 2020, but never mind. Right, it's been good tonight. We've had plenty of people taking part in the quiz, and all things considered in this tricky time, let's hope we can all get vaccinated very quickly, or at least all our relatives, elderly relatives and whatever else, so that we can get ourselves out of this silly situation that we're in at the moment. Okay then, everybody, should we do some marking? Or do we need any more time? Does anybody need any more time just to sort this out, or have we got it all done? Do feel free. In which case, let's do some marking. Known by the Romans as Aquasulis. Oh no. Latham House lockdown have asked for a bit more time, so I will give you a bit more time. I will look at the dismal score, see how we're doing. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, 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 dear. Oh dear, oh dear, dear, dear. All right, well, we'll give up with that. Right, never mind. I'm sure a few of you are probably watching the football at the same time. "2 hours," says Benny. Oh dear, Faye's just said, "Why shouldn't you hang out with zombies? They make rotten friends." Oh dear, that's all. Oh dear, oh dear. There was a bloke I was watching some on Facebook this morning. It was very, very funny. I can't remember what it was. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking. Known by the Romans as Aquasulis, in which city would you find Britain's only natural thermal spa? Apparently, that is in Bath, of course. Bath. Number 2, what name is given to the electrode from which a conventional current leaves a polarized electrical device? That's the cathode, the cathode. Number 3, together with Michael Jackson, who co-wrote the 1985 charity single "We Are the World," that was a Lionel Richie. Number 4, in the field of horse racing, what is the most southerly racecourse in the United Kingdom? Well, professional racecourse, it's Newton Abbot. Newton Abbot. Well done if you got that. Number 5, that species of bird with a vivid bright pink colour is a bullfinch, a bullfinch. Number 6, I was after Dogger Bank, of course, which is now the world's largest wind farm. Number 7, the motto Floretta Salopia. That was for Shrewsbury Town. Shrewsbury Town. Well done if you managed to work that one out. Number 8, of course, it was Anthony Gormley. Number 9, I was after Camelot, the company that was awarded the franchise to run the National Lottery. And of course, the connection between the previous 9 answers, they all begin with an animal. So you've got bat, cat, lion, newt, bull, shrew, bear, ant, and camel. So yes, all the answers began with the name of an animal of some description. So well done if you worked that out. Shrewsbury. Ah, dear, dear, dear. The other wheel has come off, says Martin. Never mind, Martin. 39.5. That can't be bad. We've only got 50 odd in, so that's a brilliant score, really. Andrew Lewis on 45.5. Well, he's certainly he's giving you a hard in tonight, Martin. 6 points ahead. The famous 5 are on a fantastic 52.5 points. That's a great score, John. Well played. The Yorkers are on 39. We've got Michelle Gibbons on 48. We've got PRS on 51 points. Alex Brown's on 44. We've got Sarah on 48. We've got Home Alone 6 on 52. That's a great score. Well played, you. Carol Green on 39. We've got Mike Yates on 40. We've got Graham Gifford on 48. Anne Anderson's on 41. Ian Miller says, my wheels have never been on. He's on 33. Never mind, you're watching the football, Ian. Clive and Janet and Stockton are on 47. We've got Latham House Lockdown on 41. Jed and Tracy are also on 47. We've got Penny Graham on 35. We've got Mick Roberts on 50. Well done, Mick. Paula Lewis and the Quiz Your Rascals on 51. We've got the Booby Prize girls even on 43. Split the difference on 53 points. So I think they're probably yet to drop a point. So we've got Split the Difference on 53. We've got Home Alone 6 on 52. PRS on 51. We've got The Famous 5 on 52.5. And we've got Mick Roberts on 50. So there's some great scores there. And we will see going into the last round. I'm not convinced anybody can get all these right, but we will see. You never know. We have got 10 general knowledge questions. None of these are trick questions, I don't think. 1 or 2 are multiple choice, of course, to try and catch you out, so to speak. Bother. So tabs I didn't. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Show tabs in commands. I don't want to show the commands. Sorry. I'm just talking to myself here. Right, that's better. So do it. Sorry, I've got Word all over my screen here. I don't want it there. That's better. Right, get up there. That's better. Right there. Oh, wait a minute. Got 1 or 2 more in. We've got All My Tyres Are Flat, says Leslie's on 40.5. To be fair, Leslie, if you're doing this quiz on your own, well, I'm not sure if you are, but if you are doing it on your own, 40 is a great score, and I wouldn't be disappointed with scoring 40 if I was all on my own. And the same with Dylan. Well done, Dylan. 45 points. That's great. Right then, everybody. Let's go into the last round. Basically, 10 general knowledge questions. Let's see how you fare with this. Question number 1. What do the initials RRS stand for in front of the name of Merchant Navy vessels of the United Kingdom? So what do the initials RRS stand for in front of the name of Merchant Navy vessels of the United Kingdom? That's a good one, Fine. I tried to make a fancy sauce last night at dinner. I mixed vodka, gravy, and nitrous oxide. Sadly, all I managed was make myself an absolute laughing stock. That's really good. Oh, that's joke of the night. That is fine. Give yourself an extra point for that one, surely. That's a good one. Joke of the night so far. So what does RRS stand for in front of the name of a merchant navy ship in the United Kingdom? Number 2, this is an interesting question. Born February 1909, how was Phyllis Nan Sortian Peachy better known? She was an English television chef and writer who is often credited with inventing Mary Rose sauce. Yeah, it's probably best if you just read that. So, born on the 26th of February 1909, how was Phyllis Nan Sortian Peachy better known? She was an English television chef and writer who is often credited with inventing Mary Rose sauce. Well, I never knew that, that's for sure. Question number 3, which social media company named their logo Larry the Bird in honor of American basketball player Larry Bird? So question 3 again, which social media company named their logo Larry the Bird in honor of American basketball player Larry Bird? I think that's pretty straightforward, that one. Question number 4. This is right up the Yorkie Street. Home Alone 6 will get this one straight away. What has been the most watched kids show on iPlayer during lockdown? It's reached 1.4 million people as the top ranking CBB show for April, May and June last year. It has won 6 BAFTAs and 2 International Emmy Awards. Dear. Well done, Ian. Dad, why do I keep walking around in circles? Shut up, son, or I'll nail your other foot to the floor. Oh, dear. So question 4 again. What has been the most watched kids show on iPlayer during lockdown? It reached 1.4 million people at the top and is the top ranking CBeebies show for April, May and June last year, and has won 6 BAFTAs and 2 International Emmy Awards. Question number 5. What would we do without these days? Connected by wire and known as lazy bones. In what decade of the 20th century did Zenith Radio Corporation develop the first TV remote control? I just need a decade. Pretty straightforward. So connected by wire and known as lazy bones. In what decade of the 20th century did Zenith Radio Corporation develop the first TV remote control? Question number 6, one you all need to check now if you're travelling outside the UK, especially into Europe and elsewhere. Question number 6, what is the current cost of a replacement for a full 10-year adult UK standard passport? You can pay a bit more for ones with extra pages, apparently. I'll give you the choice. Is it £65.50, £75.50 or £85.50? So question 6 again, what is the current cost of a replacement for a full 10-year adult UK standard passport? I'll give you the choices. It's £65.50, £75.50 or £85.50. Bit of a stupid, I don't know why they can't round it up a bit, you know. God knows. Round it down a bit. What's the 50p got to do with anything? Seems a bit bizarre to me, but there you go. Question number 7. The word sericulture is generally related to the production of what natural substance, which has been used since approximately 2700 BC? So question number 7. The word sericulture is generally related to the production of what natural substance, which has been used since approximately 2700 BC. Yeah, I heard some noises. Oh, yeah. We've just heard some disturbing noises outside our house. Lydia thought it might be some fireworks. The wife thinks it's somebody putting their wheelie bin out. But it's probably a wheelie bin. Somebody creeping about at this time of night with their wheelie bin. Right, question number 8. In 1902, a horse named Scepter, owned and trained by Robert Seaver, won how many of the so-called 5 classic horse races outright? A record which still stands today. So question 8. In 1902 even, a horse named Scepter, owned and trained by Robert Seaver, won how many of the so-called 5 classic horse races outright? A record which still stands today. I could give you a bonus point for saying which one he didn't win, but I won't. or which ones they didn't win. Question number 9 is an ageist question. Which of the following artists is the youngest at just 66 years old? I'll give you the choice. Is it Bonnie Tyler, John Travolta, or Tony Orlando? So question 9 again. Which of the following artists is the youngest at just 66 years old? I'll give you the choice. Is it Bonnie Tyler, John Travolta, or Tony Orlando? It's a good one because they're all very close, surprisingly. And the final question, question number 10. In round number 6, put you all out of misery tonight. At around 55%, is the majority of the London Underground above or below the ground? So question number 10, at around 55%, is the majority of the London Underground above or below the ground? Pretty straightforward, above or below, one or the other. There we have it. Now, I'm not expecting anybody to get 10 on that round. Far too difficult to get 10, but you never know, there might be some timidness sneaking in, we'll see. Right, I'll just give you a few seconds and then we'll do some marking. It's one of those rounds, it's not quite like you've got to work them all backwards or anything silly. Well, it's great to see so many teams. Now we've moved into the new year with some cold weather. I think it's going to stay cold tomorrow, apparently foggy in the morning. Friday we should be, if we're lucky, be in for a bit of snow that's coming in our way. And then we've got a little bit of slightly milder weather, I think, for possibly next week. But staying a bit grim, I think, for January. That's par for the course, isn't it? It's normally this time of year that we're booking our, well, we're not booking our, but we're disappearing off to the other side of the world somewhere. Which is a bit unfortunate because we're not going to be able to go away for a little while, but we'll see. Right then, let's do some marking, see how I've done. Are we all ready to go? Last round. Eyes down looking. What do the initials RRS stand for in front of the name of a merchant navy vessel of the United Kingdom? They're called Royal Research Ships. Royal Research Ships, even. Number 2, born Phyllis Nan Sortain Peachy. She's better known as Fanny Craddock, and apparently she is credited with inventing Mary Rose sauce, which I found quite interesting. Number 3, of course, was Twitter, Larry the Bird. Number 4, that kids program that reached 1.4 million people, won BAFTAs and Emmys, is Hey Dougie. Well done if you got Hey Dougie. Number 5, the TV remote control was developed in the 1950s. In fact, it was actually 1950, but I thought that was a bit harsh to actually give it a year. Number 6, the adult passport is £75.50. I should know because I've just applied for one. Number 7, the word sericulture relates to the production of silk. Sericulture. Number 8, I actually gave it away, but I tried not to say too much. In 1902, a horse named Scepter, owned and trained by Robert Silver, won 4 of the 5 classic horse races. It narrowly missed out on the Derby due to a bruised foot, and they reckon it would have won had it not been for the fact it was in pain. Number 9, which of the following artists is the youngest at just 66 years old? I gave it Joyce. Was it John Travolta, Bonnie Tyler, or Tony Orlando? It was John Travolta is the youngest at 66 years old. Bonnie Tyler 69 and Tony Orlando 76. And finally, at 55% is the majority of the London Underground above or below the ground. It's above the ground. 55% of the track is above the ground. I think we've probably had that before sometime. All you quizzers need to put that into memory banks because I don't suppose it's going to change a lot in the next few years, unless they build another line, but we'll see. Right, everybody, let's have some scores in. Say I've all fared. It's been a good quiz and very fair A very close contest, should I say, tonight. So I'm sure you've all done pretty well. That last round was a little bit searching, but never mind. Let's see how we're fared. So, Martin Davis is saying, oh dear, on a fantastic 43.5. Well done, Martin and Tina. Sarah, Russ, and James and Joe, well done to you lot on 54 points. That's still pretty respectable. PRS on 59 points. Well played, Matthew and the gang. Anna Nelson's ended up on 48.5. We got Andrew Lewis on 50.5. That's a good whooping. You beat Martin Davis by a good 6 points there. Georgia Lambert, New York, is there doing very well and a new high score of 47 points. Well done, Georgia and Rory. You really are coming on with your general knowledge. You'll soon be on Eggheads or whatever else. Alex Brown on 51. Well played, Alex. We've got Latham House Lockdown also on 49. That's another good score. Clive Janet from Stockton on 55.5. Well played them. Michelle, where's Michelle? Just disappeared off my screen. Michelle's coming in with 55. Well played, Charlie, Michelle, and James. Dylan's also coming in with 50. Well played, Dylan. The Givens 55.5. So well played, Toft. Is that middle Toft, lower Toft, upper Toft? Upper Toft, I think. Well played, the Givens. Ian Miller ended up on 40. Well played, Ian. Carol Green also very good score. Carol 45 points. Home Alone 6, 59.5 points. Now that's a great score. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 60. That's a brilliant score. Penny Graham on 42. We've got Jen and Tracy on 55. The Booby Prize girls end up with 49. Well played them. Quizzy Rascals, yes, on 60 points. We've got that now. The Famous Five on 58. Well played, the Famous Five and John O'Rourke. Mick Roberts, you've done very well there. 57 points. So Mick and Bev, well played you. Paula Lewis, again, we've got on 60 points. Excellent entertainment as always, says Michelle. I don't know about that, but never mind. Split the difference. End up, I think, they're probably this week's winners. Yes, they've dropped 1 point all night and end up on a fantastic 62 points. So well played. Split the difference. That's a great score. Thanks to Clive and Janet. They're thanking us. Thanks to Faye and the gang, the Booby Prize girls. Well played, you gang. And thank you, everybody, for taking part tonight. I hope you enjoyed the quiz. 1 or 2 questions and things you might have learnt tonight, even if it's a bit random and whatever else, but never mind. I shall be putting together another 6 rounds of general trivia for you to take part in on Sunday evening, so do feel free to come and join us. And before you go, do feel free to give me the thumbs up if you've got the ability to put it on the screen. And if you've not already subscribed to my channel, do feel free to subscribe to Pewey1957 with this little subscribe button. So everybody's thanking us. So thanks, Robin, Chris, Jen and Tracy, Clive, Andrew Lewis, Sarah. She put many thanks, mon Pierre Chauffleur. My small cauliflower. Thank you, Sarah. Great to hear from you. Well, I hope we'll see you Sunday to do some more battling. We're all doing pretty well at these quizzes. I'll tell you what, it's very difficult now to keep coming up with new questions, but we do all the same. So anyway, thank you, everybody, for taking part tonight. I'm ending the stream now. We'll see you all. If you're game, come and do the quiz on Sunday night. Same time, 8 for 8:15 for Nick's Sunday night quiz. So it's good night from me, and it's good night from the wife. Good night. Oh, Lydia, even. So good night to all of us. Good night.